Hello, this is John with Anthem Business Solutions, and today we're going to go over how to add your table layout. So right now I'm in the room called Table, and I've only got one table in here. So how do I add more? For that, we have to go to the admin portal. All right, so you'll want to go to the admin portal, which is hrpos.heartland.us, and go to the menu icon here at the top left, and then location setup, and then lastly rooms. I've already got some rooms set up, but if you haven't set up any rooms at all, your option to add new should be here in the middle. Otherwise, you're going to have the option up here to add new. I'm going to go ahead and click on the table room that I already have started. I just called it table. You also want to make sure that the type here is set to table layout. Otherwise, your table layout options will not show up at the bottom here. And then if you want, you can pause and copy these settings if you wanted to copy my settings. Otherwise, I'm just kind of going to scroll through all this. All the way down here at the bottom, we have our room layout here. So first thing we can do is we can edit the floor. So you have these options. After those 6, you have to press this arrow and able to get the next 6. The next 6. So on and so forth. If we wanted to change colors, let's go to dark blue. Okay, then it kind of shows us our preview here. And then we have these other options here. So we can do tables. And then it gives us 6 options for shapes of tables. And we can use the arrows to go scroll through and see if there's a table that kind of matches our layout. I don't really have a layout that I'm going off of or anything. I'm just gonna add something. You just click on the button to add it there, and it always puts it up here in the left corner. And it is going to increment the table number, which I don't know if I've ever had that really work out for me before, to where it's helpful. I always end up having to renumber them. You can do a bunch at a time too, and just move them around after that. This is a little difficult to do if you're on your mobile device doing this. This is a lot easier if you're using a desktop with a mouse. Okay, so we'll just kind of leave it like that now. Now there is an option up here to show grid. I'm gonna go and turn that on real quick. And then you can also enable snap to grid. So this is helpful because it adds the grid down here and you can kind of line up your tables a little better. And the that second one, enable snap to grid for room layout, just kind of magnetizes the table that kind of goes right against the line a little easier for you. I wanted to help get these kind of straight. Okay, and then you have symbols. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the grid here. You have different symbols you can add. Just kind of adds a little more to your table layout. However, they don't have any function. They don't do anything. Same with the shapes. They don't do anything. It's just like if you wanted to create a bar counter or some kind of counter. Kind of do this. This is where having the grid on is probably have the grid on for this, but you get the gist of it. So, but that's about all the options to it. So now let's go ahead and save this. Make sure we get our save successful down here. We're going to close this and we're going to publish changes. And now let's take a look and see what that looks like. Oh wait, before we do that, I forgot there's a couple of things I wanted to show you here. Go back into tables, back down to the bottom. So if you do want to change the number of the table here, like let's say 6, you highlight 6, go back up a little bit here, and you'll see anytime you change table numbers, it'll change here. It says it's under room layout, but I think that's just the general area here, this whole area. So if you wanted to change table 1, change it to 15, change it there, and you can see that it changed the number here as well. You can add letters. Oops. So A1, do it however you want. Also, if you wanted to get rid of a table that you added, then you just highlight it and hit remove selection, and it will remove that table. So those are also important things to know. I'm going to discard changes though, because I don't want to save that. And now let's go look and see what it looks like on the workstation. All right, so I went to the login screen because when you publish changes from the admin portal, the workstation doesn't receive it until you're on this screen. And it'll flash real quick underneath, says something like downloading or something right underneath this go button. If you blink, you'll miss it. But I already did mine, so I'm going to log in here. And here we have the changes that we made. You can see the background is blue like we changed it. We've got the countertop that we added. We've got all our tables. And so then at this point, you can just click on one of the tables and it'll go straight into starting the ticket for you. But that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching. Want to stay up to date on the latest tips and tricks? Don't forget to click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon.